I'm Philip Ward, Editor-in-Chief of ArtMiniEurope.com. Turf battles are very much on people's minds at the moment in radiology, and I'm very pleased to have Professor Afshin Gangi from Strasbourg with me. Welcome, Professor Gangi. Nice to see you.
Philip. Thank you,
Welcome
Philip.
to ECR.
Thank you.
Now, you are a specialist in MSK interventions. How do you handle turf battles yourself in Strasbourg?
I think in the beginning of my career, I was facing turf battles, but since I went inside with the surgeons, with radiotherapy, sitting with them, at once they feel that I'm part of the team. I think turf battle is natural. People are afraid of new things. But if you sit with them and you go inside with them to become looking like them, talking the same language, you can resolve it from inside, not from outside.
So it's a question of attitude, really.
Absolutely. And you have to know their language. You have to talk the same language, the same vocabulary, and sit and treat patients. And it takes time, but they accept you. Now for them, I'm not a foreign body anymore.
Okay. Now, as as an MSK interventionalist, do you feel more like a surgeon these days than a radiologist?
I think both of them. I took the best part, I hope so, of each part. Means, I have the mentality of a surgeon when I'm facing a patient, but I have the intellect of a radiologist when I'm do the diagnostic and talk to the patient. Means that's different. It's a good mixture, a good cocktail of both.
Okay, good. Now, MSK interventions, what's new? What would you like to tell our readers about and our viewers about this area?
I think what is new for me, it's all the consolidation we have done at the beginning. Now tumor treatment, cancer management is something which is really booming. And taking the technology, different technology, immunology, consolidations, screw fixations, working with surgeons, with radiotherapists, in multidisciplinary teamwork for cancer is something which is now really in and expanding.
Okay. What improvements would you like to see, though? Would you like to see more availability throughout Europe?
Absolutely. What I would like to see to what we are proposing to the patient should be more spread all over Europe, because as I said, metastasis is the first cause of pain in cancer, and we should be able to treat them all over Europe and even all over the world the same manner at the top level to treat those patients.
Okay. What would you say to a general radiologist who's watching this, who maybe doesn't have the training yet in intervention? What should they do? How should they go about this process?
I think for the young student and young registrar coming in IR, mixing radiology, their knowledge in radiology, and coming and treat the patient is the most exciting part of it. I really invite them for the mentality of one who wants really to be inside the tank with the fish, inside the aquarium, to go through the aquarium, because as a radiologist, we are really the best describing all this aquarium, all the fishes, all environment, but going inside the tank sometime is really exciting.
Excellent. Now, you divide your time between London and Strasbourg now. Could you just tell us a little bit about that, about what you've benefited from your time in London, and the differences as well between the French and the UK system of intervention radiology?
I'm really happy that I have the availability to go to London. This opportunity to go for research 3 days a month in London and in King's College, and with Reza Razavi and Professor Andy Adam, who allowed me to do this, is extremely exciting and stimulating intellectually. Means what I'm doing in London is more research, HIFU research, drug delivery, and King's College is really at the top level of drug delivery. The chemists are really on the top. We have the HIFU in there, and this is something extremely interesting. And mixing both systems, the French one, which is much more clinical based on the patient, and we are investing a lot of money in the clinic, and in London, we invest a lot in research.
Okay. Do you see any differences between UK and France?
Oh, yes. I think in France, we are, as I said, a lot of investment in clinical patients' care, and in London, a lot more in research. And I think it's taking a lot longer to introduce something new in the London and in the NHS than in France.
So
that's the difference.
Bureaucracy,
regulation. However, you can do it.
Yeah.
You can still do it.
Okay, excellent. Now, collaboration and teamwork is the key to intervention radiology. I've known you many years.
Yes.
I've always heard you speak about that. How do you encourage teamwork in Strasbourg? What practical steps do you do?
The first thing, as I said, to avoid turf battles, first you will have it. You cannot avoid it. People are afraid. You need to go inside. The wall is never stopping any invader. I've never done. You should go in the other side, through the gate, discuss with them, And you know what? Since I'm doing, imagine, any cancer, tumor case, the number of the patients surgeon are treating has increased.
But
The
do
number,
you have multidisciplinary
absolutely.
meetings every day?
You have radiotherapy.
Every day with
No, once a week.
Once a week, yeah.
And for every specialty, not just for MSK.
Do you have those in the radiology department or in surgery?
We go to the surgery for the
Yeah.
moment, you know.
Okay.
But again, we don't have it formally in radiology, but they are coming every week. I will say 20, 30 cases every week to show us the cases. And this mixture of radiologists, surgeon, anesthesiologists, radiotherapists, immunologists, oncologists have really gave the opportunity to the patient to have the best.
Excellent.
This
Good.
is the best for the patients.
Good. Afshin, you have a very busy week. You're running a refresher course on MSK interventions. What else are you looking forward to this week at ECR?
I think I want to listen to all different modalities and diagnostic modalities, molecular imaging. That's why I'm here, you know, to listen about this too. We should not forget that diagnostic is the part of our job. If you're not in diagnostic, you can never be a good interventionalist. Couldn't be, both together.
Well, we recommend the refresher course on MSK interventions. Which room is that tomorrow? Can you remember?
I don't remember.
But it's at...
It's about 30 minutes about bone tumors management tomorrow.
People can check their programs.
I'm sorry.
They can make sure they're there.
I have so many appointments that I'm going one after the other. I'm sorry.
Well, we wish you a very successful week.
Thank you.
And thank you for
so much,
joining us.
Philip. Thank you.
This is Philip Ward, Aunt Minnie Europe, signing off.